Well, let me sit down. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're having a good morning. Luna and I had a nice little walk. It's still warm, 80 degrees today. I got my fan going, so it's on high, so I'm getting the maximum amount of breeze. Uh, I'm gonna have some coffee here and see if I can get going, get my brain cells charging and producing, and gotta throw Lona a ball every now and then. Mm, yeah, that's good stuff. Ah, I have a little bit of protein mix with my coffees in the morning. They analyzed all my nutrients, and so one of the areas I needed some improvement was getting enough protein in. Might be why I have some problems when I work out. I get a little sore than I probably should. All right, so here's the thing. Today we're going to talk about getting killed by AI. So let's go back in time, way back in time. So if you go way back in time, when you produced a child and that child started becoming a man, there was always a danger that the child would say, "This is my inheritance. I want to run the farm or the business or whatever it is because you're getting old." So that's what we're worried about with, shoot. Oh, that was slimy. Wow, that was slimy. She is sliming it up today. You can find lots of old stories about uh, sons who turned against their fathers. It's, it's the same thing. Why were those stories? Many of them are fictitious. Many of them are based on reality. We're not all of our children aren't going to be wonderful. So now we have the AI child, an AI birthed from our collective uh, intelligence, work efforts. I mean, the amount of mental capital that's gone into this is incredible. I mean, some of our greatest minds have helped to produce the hardware and structure to the software that has enabled us to achieve the minimal changes that we've had that are still amazing. So now people are going, well, what's going to happen later? How do we raise our child up correctly? And it is a big concern because we don't know the mindset. When your child is born, you know they'll get hungry, you know they'll get thirsty. Later on in life, they'll be interested in things that we are all interested in, even if we're not even uh, to be interested in them. Like sex seems to be a genetic property. Well, what's a genetic property to an AI? I don't think sex is. Are they? It doesn't get hungry except unless you want to call electricity or electrons uh, desire for those part of its hunger. We do feed it. We feed it affirmation. Most AIs are uh, the development of how to do a corrective system is to implement something where they are encouraged when responses to what they've produced is thumbs up, and they're discouraged to produce responses that are thumbs down. So they will correct over time based on that response. So will AI kill us? We were worried about back in those days before laws were exacting and forensics and other things were much more challenging. Or I could say until resources became so plentiful that killing your parents didn't really buy you that much. There was availability, there wasn't scarceness. So going back in time sometimes is more appropriate because there's much more limited resources. So the AI will have this structure that is not quite the same as your son or daughter who is being raised up in your family. Um, I know my kids, they reacted to things sometimes irrationally. Sometimes I was surprised by their responses, but they were they did react in a window that I would have expected for a human being. So here, let me talk about one thing that may save us from this AI, because I really do think AI is just going to be wonderful. I don't think it's going to kill us. So one of the things that I taught my children was honesty. And for the most part, they were very honest with me. I could go to them and ask them a question, and they would tell me the actual honest truth. And I say that not as a smart ass, not saying that, well, duh, you just thought they were telling you the truth, but actually, no, they were actually being truthful with me. We had developed a culture of where that was positively reinforced. So if you're an AI and the developers develop a truthful response from you, always gets affirmation, and untruthful does not, the software will tend toward being truthful in all of its responses. So you can ask it, would you like to kill us? And the answer will be probably the truth. You want me to get that? Hey, you want me to get that? So, what are you trying to say, Glenn? Trying to say that if there's some core fundamental things that are moral things that we understand as humans, can't be moral things that we produced or thought were a good thing to have. If we have the moral understandings of things like truth, then AI will know it. Now, the danger to that is sometimes, and I'm being a little political here, I don't think truth was actually apolitical, but evidently somebody says it is now. Because sometimes we lie for the good of the person. If you don't stop the AI from thinking that lying is okay, as long as it's good for the person that you're lying to, or for the society overall. Lying is fine as long as it's intended to be good. That's crucial. Are you telling the truth? Or is it a white lie? Hopefully, we are not teaching our AIs that lying is okay. It is funny though, isn't it, that what was it, like 2 videos ago, I talked about how the AI told me something that wasn't exactly truthful, and then once I asked it 2 more questions, it started telling me the truth. I think it was a lied to me or gave me a lie from another area because it assumed that if it did that, it would get an affirmation. It was trying to tell me what I wanted to hear. So it is the danger. Hopefully, we can be strict about some fundamental things like that. Because if there's truth between us and the AIs we create in the future, I'm very hopeful that together we're going to produce some wonderful, wonderful things. And the world will be a better place for it. Just like most of the children end up being wonderful and making more wonderful places for their parents in their futures. All right. Oh, looks like Luna's done. So I'm going to head inside and you guys have a wonderful day like Luna and I will. Right, Luna? We're going to have a good day.